Hi guys, Nick here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the last of the Infinity saga movie called Avengers Endgame. Hey man, and this movie, takes in the beginning takes place during the ending of Avengers Infinity War, where Thanos snapped his fingers. It starts with Clint being under house arrest and being with his family at his house, at the house where he lives with his family, and he is teaching his daughter how to use a bow and arrow, and his wife was making him some lunch, and his two sons were playing catch with the baseball, and when Clint's wife said his lunch is ready, and he was looking for when to get his daughter, he noticed and she wasn't there, along with the rest of his family. They got snapped out of existence, and he didn't know what happened. And then he was looking for them, and we got to here 2 weeks later, here with Tony in space with Nebula after the battle on Titan, and he was running out of almost running out of oxygen, and making his supposed last his recorded message to Pepper, and Nebula had started him up on one of the seats in the Benatar, and he put one of just coat on him to keep him cozy, and while Tony's passed out sleeping on the chair, and there was a bright light came on, and Tony noticed, and Captain, it was no other than Captain Marvel, who came to save both of Tony and Nebula, and she brought the ship and both of them to the Avengers compound, and Captain America shaved his beard, and noticed there was some watering going on, and he and everybody else went outside and see what was the noise coming from, and it was Captain Marvel by bringing the ship down, and nobody took Tony out of the ship and got him some medical attention, and Tony told Captain America that he lost Peter Parker and everybody else, and Cap told him and he also lost and one stop Thanos, and he brought Tony inside the compound, and they were talking about it's been 28 days since Thanos has been to Earth, and got all the stones and snapped everybody out of existence, and Tony knows for was his feeling down on himself, and like I told him, and he's pretty mad, and Tony thought Walker was a Build-A-Bear, and they're trying to figure out where Thanos is, and Tony didn't have a clue, and he was still mad at Cap about what happened in Civil War, and ripped his reactor heart out of his chest, and he became unconscious, and he's been out for the rest of the day, and everybody else was still trying to figure out where Thanos is, and Navia told everybody where Thanos was, and she told him what planet he was on. It was called the Garden, which was in the end of the Infinity War movie, and Walker told everybody Thanos used the Infinity Stones 2 days before. So Captain Marvel rescued Tony and Nebula, and they were getting ready to go out into space. Is to get the Infinity Stones and snap everybody back to existence, the ones who've been dusted, and they all got into the Valentine and went to space, and Walker asked everybody who hasn't been in space, is Captain America, Buck Riddle and Woody put their hands in, and Woody was pretty confused of why he asked, and what they told can't borrow from the ship, and they went into his hyperdrive to jump to the next galaxy where the garden is, and Captain Marvel went in for some recon, and Cap was looking at his souvenir from his timeline, and looking at the picture of Peggy, and Black Widow was telling him he's going to work, and Cap said, hey, he doesn't know what to do if it failed, if the mission failed. And Captain Marvel came back and to the ship and told everybody there was no ground defense to protect Thanos. It was just him by himself. And on the planet, and Thanos was doing some farm work like farmers do, and he was cooking himself some dinner until Captain Marvel came right through, busting through, and Bruce was in a Hulkbuster coming through the ground and holding his other arm, and while Captain Marvel was holding the arm with the Infinity Gauntlet on it, and his Thor came busting through, chopping off Thanos' arm, and so everybody can get the stones and bring everybody back. And Black Widow, Captain America, and Rocket came in. Rocket rolled the gauntlet over to see if the Infinity Stones were gone. And Cap asked Thanos where the stones are, and he explains what happened to them. He reduced them to atoms, and he used the stones to destroy the stones, so nobody can bring the ones who got dusted back. Again, and this got Thor pretty mad, and Woody thinks Thanos was lying, but nobody had told him Thanos is not a liar. And Thanos realized he's being too hard on nobody until Thor chopped his head off, and said to Walker he went for the head, and laughed and well, House of Thanos is in, and we got to 5 years later in the movie, with our life in the universe is gone, and Captain America was just some people talking about how it's been 5 years without his loved ones around, and saying to them, hey, we need to move on and remember the ones who they lost, and back of a compound, having Black Widow, in San Francisco, had some storage unit in one of the lots with Scott's van from the last movie before this movie. There was a rat, a little mouse inside the van, and he accidentally turned on quantum tunnel, but Scott back, and Scott didn't know what happened in the 5 years he's been in the quantum realm, and he left the storage unit, and he walked around to see the place where San Francisco was pretty filled with garbage, and asked a kid on the bike what happened to everybody. The kid didn't answer, and Scott went to a little park area by the Golden Gate Bridge, and he was pretty confused and saw what Memorial said about the ones who got dusted, and he was trying to see if his daughter Cassie was on there until he saw his name there, and he was pretty surprised because he thinks he hasn't been gone for that long, and he went to his ex-wife's house where his daughter is, and his daughter answered the door, and she was surprised to see him, and his daughter was surprised to see his daughter older, and he was pretty happy to see her, and she was pretty happy to see him. Now back at the compound in New York, had Black Widow was talking to Nebula, Rocket, Okoye, Captain Marvel, and Rhodey. They were talking about how was happening in space and what's happening on Earth, and she told them if anybody is doing anything suspicious, and they report to her, and Rhodey was in New Mexico looking for her twin about what's happening, and he still went to search her twin, and Black Widow was pretty upset of what happened, and Captain America came back, and they were talking about how the same thing that Captain America was talking with other people about, and until Scott came and said he needed to talk to them, and about the quantum realm, and he got stuck in the quantum realm from the post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Black Widow said so best for him, and said it's been pretty long 5 years, but Scott said it wasn't 5 years for him, it's been 5 hours, and he told them, him in the quantum realm, how time works differently, and trying to time travel and undo what Thanos did in Infinity War. So we went to Tony, and Tony went outside and got his daughter to come in and have lunch. His daughter's named Morgan Stark, and she was from his dream from Infinity War, and Black Widow, Captain America, and Ant-Man came to his house and talked to him about time heist, and Tony thinks pretty ridiculous because it's pretty impossible to time travel, and they laughed, and we still need a way to time travel, so they went to Bruce. They had some diner, and Bruce has combined with Hulk and became Christopher Hulk, and talked to him about the time travel idea, and some kids came in and took a picture with him, and Ant-Man trying to convince the kids that he is Ant-Man, and they didn't believe him, and the kids laughed, and they went back to talk about time travel, and Bruce also said the same thing, and about it being impossible, and Black Widow convinced his Hulk and Bruce to do it because as he did that impossible, combining with Hulk. Now back at Tony's house, he was doing some dishes until he saw a picture of him and Peter Parker, and he had an idea about time travel, and he used some technology from his old house and used Friday to help, and figured out how to time travel, and Morgan was up, and she wanted some some ice pots, a lot of icicles, and a juice pop, and Tony got her back to bed, and she told him she loves him 3,000, and Tony told Pepper about what Morgan said to him, and also told her about how time travel, and Tony is not sure if he's going to continue here to save people or just give up, and Pepper told him, trying to get him to stop. It was one of her failures in her life, and by that Avengers compound for next day, hey, Bruce, Captain America, and Black Widow, and Scott were testing he was doing a travel test and with Scott's van and they got a long way and Scott went back in time a week and he kind of failed. He turned into a kid and then he turned into a old man and then he turned into a baby and he went back to his normal self and and he said somebody peed in his pants and he doesn't know which version of the film him did it and then Holt was glad the time travel was and Captain America was kind of annoyed about it because it kind of failed and Captain America went outside to think and until Tony came. Hey man, tell him how the time travel has probably done and has his shield for Captain America done and given to him and if we got everybody together to who did the Infinity Stones from the past and what Nubia came and Bruce came out and gave his man his doctor because he lost his after the Guardians of the Galaxy ship Banner came in. Wally scared him and both Rocket and Bruce went to New Asgard to get Thor because they need his help with the time heist and we saw Valkyrie and she told both Rocket and Bruce he wasn't won't see them because he still paid the price of what happened in the beginning of Infinity War. And when they went to see Thor, he gained a little bit of weight and is playing Fortnite with both Link and Cord and get on in the game. And goes by Noob Master in 67 has calling Cord had some names and for finding the kid to go over to his house and do some stuff and the kid went crying to his dad and they talked about Thanos and they found and Ford they wanted to hear the name Thanos and he was still paid the price after what Bruce told him and they convinced him by have some beer and for us what kind of beer in Tokyo that's where Clint is dressed as his alter ego Warren to kill some bad guys and Bagwell found him and told Clint and claimed those criminals won't bring his family back and Clint has lost all hope until Bagwell there was a chance to bring his family back and back at the compound in New York again and we were getting ready to do the time heist test with Clint. Originally it was going to be he's Ant-Man, but he was too scared and they got Clint to go back, I think, a couple of years and back to his house in the past and got a baseball glove and it worked and now they need to figure out how to get back to which place where the Phoenix are and they each talked about each stone and foretold everybody about the Eve also known as the reality stone which was on Asgard and it was written Jane Foster in 2013 and Rocket told her about the Power Stone in 2014 which Scott got it from a planet called Moloch and Nubia told them about the Soul Stone also the same year and on a planet called Romeo and told them what Romeo is and Clint Scott has said nothing about going to Romeo, and then Will figured out about the time stone, and but Will realized if you played the right year, there were three stones in New York, which was back in 2012. It was back in the first Avengers movie, and Captain America, Iron Man, and Scott, and Iron Man and Hulk went to 2012 to get the space, mind, and time stones. Rocket and Thor went to 2013 to get reality stone. Nebula, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and War Machine went to 2014 to get the power, and soul stones, in which those are the 3 years of each Marvel movie it took place, and there were some references to those movies. He's in 2012 where most of Avengers went. It showed how the first Avengers movie he ended, and how they worked it out. How Stark Lane and Steve Rogers and Tony Stark went to the Avengers Tower to get 2 of the Infinity Stones, and Hulk went to the Satan's Time to get a time stone from the Ancient One, and back of that. And now in 2013, where before the Dark World movie took place, his Rocket and Thor went past his 2013 in Loki, which was locked up in the prison, and figured out how to get the reality stone from Jane, and Thor was freaking out, and in 2014, hey, Nebula, War Machine, and Nebula, War Machine were going to wait for 2014 Quill to come and get to her Power Stone, and both Black Widow and Hawkeye went to Romeo to get the Soul Stone, and back in 2012, Hulk went to the Second Saturn and met with his Ancient One, and she refused to give him the Time Stone. And then at Avengers Tower, and we saw how the Avengers 2012 Avengers defeated 2012 Loki, and saw the aftermath, like between scenes of the ending of the Avengers, and they waited for the right moment, and the Hydra agents pretending to be the SHIELD agents came in and got the scepter, and Stark Lane went onto 2012 Tony to make out this version, and Tony got in the present day Tony got on his Iron Man suit outside the tower and told Captain America where the scepter is, and that's where Captain America went, and said, "Hail Hydra" to them, pretending he knows who they are, and gave him the Mind Stone, and back in 2014, in 2014, Nebula and Gamora were fighting someplace, finding some people on that planet, and when they got back to the ship, and found out where one of the Infinity Stones were, and 2014 Thanos came in, and began to dispatch both Nebula and Gamora to Warner, and 2014 Nebula intertwined with present day Nebula, and Thanos took notice of this and went back to his ship to figure out what is happening. And back in 2013, Thor was sneaking around and seeing his mom, and before she died, and his mother noticed, and noticed she realized four was not her four, and four spilled the beans about what happened, and what could it was getting the reality stone from Jane, and successfully got it until how the Asgardian gods started to chase him, and present day 4 told his mom about the future, and she gave him a little bit of pep talk, and Walker came in and met Thor's mom and they were ready to go. But before they went back to the timeline, and Thor reached his hand out to grab Mjolnir, and Thor was surprised and said he was still worthy. And back in 2014, which Quill was singing and dancing to the music he was listening to here near the beginning of the Guardians of the Galaxy first movie, and by this time with his present day Nebula and War Machine watching and knocked him unconscious and got one of his tools, and they got a Power Stone, and just before Nebula went back to his present, and she intertwined with her past self, and 2014 Thanos saw the future, including his and he realized he's really trying to stop him from getting the Fame Stones in his time, in the timeline, and we need to get to Moloch to get present day Nebula, and back in 2012, Tony and Scott had failed to get the Tesseract, and Loki escaped with it, and Captain America fought his 2012 self and told him and Bucky was right and knocked him unconscious with a Mind Stone and met up with Tony and Scott, and they figured out a plan B, but it was impossible because we had one power tool left each, and Tony figured out how to get had a second chance with the Tesseract and get more pen power tools, and we went back in time further to 19 something to get his Tesseract and the pen power tools from Count Lehigh. And Tony met up with his younger dad, and they talked, and both Tony and Captain Michael in disguise, and so that was with them in the other before. He was suspicious of them, and Cap got had pen power tools, and he hid out in his girlfriend's, his old girlfriend's, his office, and saw her talking with a guy, and had got outside. Tony was talking to his dad, and his final goodbyes to him, and went back to the present, and back in 2014, in 2014, and Nebula was being her future self up, and I got some parts from her and made a disguise for her, and went with the Avengers back to the present, and back and Black Widow and how to find back got to Romeo and back with Red Star, and he told them about who they were and the parents were, and told them about the Soul Stone, and Gwen wanted to sacrifice himself, and Black Widow was trying to sacrifice herself too, and Gwen almost sacrificed himself until Black Widow finally did her sacrifice, and Gwen had the Soul Stone in his hand, and they went back to the present, and everybody, got back to the present, and we're very happy to get all the stones, but we're sad about the death of Black Widow, and we continue to bring everybody back, and with the Infinity Gauntlet that Tony made, and put all the stones into the gauntlet, and Rocket decided he can steal both of Bruce and Tony, and we got the gauntlet ready, and we're deciding who's going to put it on to bring everybody back, and Thor is trying to volunteer himself, but Tony everybody else stopped him because he was in no condition to do it. So it did, and the gauntlet was, and the stones were too powerful, and Bruce decided he can do it because it's mostly in Gamma, and that's what Hulk is made out of, and 2014 Nebula went to the quantum tunnel, and by 2014 and finals to the present, and Bruce had the energy to snap his fingers to bring everybody back, which he did, and 2014 Nebula successfully got 2014 finals to the present day, and putting everybody in the future there, and he blew up the Avengers compound, and they were looking for the Infinity Stones except for Thanos. He just sat down and waited, and Clint had the Infinity Stones, and he was running from the Outriders, and Rocket was with both Woody and Bruce, and they almost got flooded, and Atman was tiny and went to Bruce, Woody, and Rocket, and Tony was with both Thor and Cap, and they decided to get to Thanos, and Thanos in 2014 Thanos told them he's going and stop all of life this time than he originally planned, and make a new universe, and they all started to fight, and Quinn successfully got away from the Outriders, and met with Nebula that he thought he knew it until he realized it was a wrong Nebula, and 2014 Gamora helped present day Nebula and stopped 2014 Nebula, and back outside the damaged compound, and the three main Avengers were still fighting Thanos and losing, and until we find out Captain America was actually worthy of Mjolnir, the hammer, and first said he knew it, and Thanos punched him and started to fight Captain America with his new power of Mjolnir, and Captain America was successfully holding Thanos, and until his shield got broken in half, and told Captain America how he's going to destroy Earth and the entire universe, and Captain America thought he was going to fight entire Thanos' army until he heard sound, also known as the Falcon, and in his earbud, and Falcon told him and said to him on his left, and that's where the portal opened up, and he came out Okoye, Black Panther, and Shuri, and they looked at each other, and then the Falcon came out of the portal, and that all the portals came out, and all the heroes that were dusted and weren't dusted came through, and which means and that to bring them back successfully worked, and all of them were ready to fight Thanos, and Captain America got pneumonia and said Avengers assemble, and they start to charge out Thanos' army, and Thanos' army did the same thing, and they started to fight, and Quill joined the battle. How Tony finally heard Peter Parker that he deserved from Spider-Man Homecoming, and Peter Quill thought he was starting to hear his Gamora until he found out it was 2014 in Gamora, and on the other side of the battlefield, how Clint was trying to get away with the Infinity Stones, and hopes that we need to get the stones back to the respective timelines, and they need to start Quantum Tunnel van, and that's where they went, and one of Thanos' Black Golden members pointed out the Infinity Gauntlet, and that's where they went, and Clint was outnumbered, and until Black Panther, he said, Clint, give the gauntlet to me, and he took the gauntlet from Clint and went to his Quantum Tunnel, and he almost got defeated by an opening Maul, and until Spider-Man, and before that, and Thanos almost got the Infinity Gauntlet until Scarlet Witch came in paying mad at Thanos, and said to him he took everything from her. About 2014, Thanos didn't know who she was, and she said he will, and started to beat up Thanos, and Black Panther got captured by Anthony Maul, and he almost had the gauntlet until Spider-Man came in, grabbed it, and used instant kill mode to kill the Outriders, and Tony went to Strange to say his was fine battle one of 14 million, and Doctor Strange told him if he told him it wouldn't happen, and Tony told him he's hoping that Strange is right, and Peter Parker almost got taken out by the Outriders and Chitauri until Captain America threw Mjolnir, and Spider-Man and grabbed and used his spider webs and grabbed it, and Thanos almost got killed by Scarlet Witch until he said rain fire, and with his Black Order told him it was too risky, and Thanos said just do it until they actually did, and they almost got killed by the ring of fire, and until Captain Marvel came in and saved them all and destroyed the Sanctuary too. They went to Parker to get the gauntlet, and the Gold Avengers came to her aid and to help her, and she almost got to the tunnel until Thanos destroyed it, and they're all fighting for the gauntlet now, and Thanos and almost snapped his fingers until Captain Marvel came in, and Thanos trying to defeat her, but she couldn't be hurt, and until he used the Power Stone and did a super punch on her, and Tony looked at Strange, and Strange was holding the water back from flooding, and Doctor Strange had his finger to represent the one feature that Strange mentioned in Avengers Infinity War, and Thanos put the stone back onto the gauntlet, and when he was about to snap his fingers, Tony came in and tried to stop Thanos, and Thanos pushed him back, and then Thanos said he was invulnerable and snapped his fingers, and until he found out nothing happened, and Tony took the stones and said I am Iron Man before he snapped his fingers and killed himself, and defeated had followers in his army, turning them to dust, and Tony paid the ultimate price, and he got killed by using the Infinity Stones, and all of them had a funeral for Tony, and they were getting back to things well before the blip, which is called in Far From Home, which I'm going to do next weekend, and Tony did his final goodbyes of a recorded message to his friends and family, and things went back to the war, and Captain America brought the Infinity Stones back to the respective timelines, and stayed in the past, and the older version of Captain America came back, and gave his Falcon and the shield, then back in New Asgard, for doesn't want to be king of Asgard anymore, so he deemed Valkyrie as the new ruler of Asgard, and Thor went with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and back in the past, before the movie ends, Captain America was dancing with Peggy, which she wanted it in the first Captain America movie, and this is it for the movie of Avengers Endgame, and the end of the Infinity Saga. And next weekend is going to be the start of the next phase, Spider-Man Far From Home, and stay tuned for that video, and other videos that will be coming pretty soon. I got lots of building reviews coming up, and reviews on the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Metal Toys. I was trying to get this channel up to 100 subscribers. And also like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. And hope you guys like the Infinity Saga movie reviews. I'm still doing all the MCU reviews up until Shang-Chi before the Hawkeye series. And peace.